Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another edition of Movie Masters. We are your hosts, Movie Master Mike.
And Geek Master J.
And we are back and just as mediocre as ever with a podcast commentary for all the Batman animated movies, including all the direct-to-DVD ones and the one that went to theaters. And we're going to start in chronological order with Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
The one that went to theaters?
Yeah, the only one that went to theaters. It didn't do well at all in theaters because, the movie had just dropped in theaters the year before with Batman Returns. And the show, which this is, it's the same animation and writers and everything, so the show is on TV, so it's like, why would we pay to go see the show in theaters when we have it on Saturday mornings for free, or however much cable cost back in 1993. So it didn't do too well in theaters, so they never really released another animated Batman movie again in theaters. But this is a podcast commentary, so if you've never done one of these things before, what we do is we watch the movie and talk about it and create like a commentary track. We'll be critiquing it, talking about things we like, dislike, all that stuff.
I'll be heckling it.
Yes, we'll be heckling the movie because why not? But what you can do at home is watch it with us and get your DVD or Blu-ray or whatever it is past all the menu screens to timestamp 0 and have it on pause there and hit play when we hit play, and we can all watch it together so you can be at the same point as we are when we're talking about it. Or if you know the movie well enough, you can just listen to us talk about it.
But nobody knows this movie well enough.
No, probably not. I mean, a lot of people do like this movie a lot, like Batman fans and stuff, but probably not as well as they know, like Batman 89 or The Dark Knight or something. So, want to get right into it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. So hit play when I say now. 1, 2, 3, now.
Okay, go. And
that didn't work, so get it back to timestamp 0, and we'll try this again. After 3, I'll say now. 1, 2, 3, now. And there we go. All right. Second time's a charm. All right, so 1993, this movie was released December 25th, 1993, I believe.
That might have been also, like, one of the reasons, like, who goes to...
Well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of movies are released, like, Christmas, and they do pretty well. You know?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. Right off the bat, I think this movie is amazing already. I mean, the animation, it's CG, you can tell, but it's made to look like the animation of the cartoon, you know? So already I've liked this intro so far. We're already like 8 seconds in.
I think it's kind of a throwback to when movies had openings like this. Like, normally now, like, the credits you see, they're, like, quietly in the corner. This has a whole, like, opening sequence. Like, pulling back from the camera, if it was a camera in real life, pulling back through the buildings, like it's on a helicopter or something. Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
The score already is amazing. The operatic, with the orchestral score, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. But, I don't know. It kind of alludes to there being more than there actually is in this movie.
You think?
Yeah.
Andrew Romano.
Especially in this opening sequence. I mean, it's pulling through the buildings, but really it's just dark. It's really dark. You only see a couple of windows, lights. You're just not seeing a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's moving really slowly through these buildings.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the ambiance. It's just, it's just the opening credits. But I actually do like it. I like the swinging through the buildings. I think all the buildings, the designs look pretty interesting for buildings. They're not just square buildings with square windows. I mean, some of them are, of course, but. But all right, here we go. Like, I love the animation from this show. Like the first season.
Yeah, the animation in the show is pretty cool.
It's just amazing, the detail that they would put into it. But,
yeah, this is definitely from the show.
Yeah, I love the solid black eyes instead of like this guy on the left has regular eyes, but everyone else has just solid black eyes. Like it's like Tintin, like the animation from the Adventures of Tintin.
Yeah.
I love that. Get him!
Get him, boys!
Banana. Open right off with a fight scene. That's pretty sweet. It's amazing that in the early '90s, the cartoon show, they had guns. They were shooting people and stuff, Now, most cartoon shows, they have, laser guns, so it's not, real guns shooting real bullets.
Laser guns?
Yeah, a lot of cartoons now, it's not... They don't have, a 9mm pistol that they're shooting at Batman. It's some sort of laser gun, yeah. But, they got away with it in the early 90s, because...
Because of E.T., really.
What?
No.
They took the gun away from you.
I know later on, but originally they were FBI guys chasing kids with guns.
Yeah.
Like, well, if they're gonna chase kids with guns, they can chase Batman.
Yeah. The Angel of Death awaits. It's a pretty cool design for like a new villain type character.
Yeah,
Phantasm.
Yeah.
Looks pretty sweet.
Reminds me like a wraith or a specter or something.
Yeah, like the Grim Reaper.
All those would have worked.
Yeah.
Mask of the Wraith.
Yeah. But he just got like a bullet shot at him and they went right through him and stuff.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
Yeah. Because we find out later that it's really just a person. So
yeah.
Like, how did they do that? Did they explain how?
No.
No, they just.
No.
I like that like weird like hook hand thing. That's pretty sweet. Not very practical. But
I think James Hook would disagree.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he agrees that it's not very practical, but it suffices.
I'm wondering where she got the idea for the fog machine boots.
Yeah.
Like, where'd she get those made?
I don't know.
I want tiny little fog machines in my boots.
What if they run out of fog? Like, how does it create the fog? Like,
I don't know.
Dry ice or something, right? Maybe?
No. Like there's not some kind of little mechanical device plunking dry ice into like water in her boots.
Hey, look, it's Batman. It's cool. Batman gets blamed for it.
Yeah.
And the one little piece of glass that has something on it.
So,
We haven't even heard Batman speak yet, have we?
No, is the silent foreboding character right now.
Yeah.
Not really foreboding, but this guy reminds me of what's his face, Spider-Man's friend.
Oh, Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn, doesn't he? Remember that old cartoon? Looks like Harry
from the
Osborn.
90s cartoon with like the weird like red stripes in his hair.
Yeah, doesn't he? Just as like Weasley.
Yeah. Yeah, very Weasley. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Or sniveling.
Snively. A potential madman. I love Alfred from this show.
I do too.
He's so dry. So like his eyes are always like half closed.
Yeah, like he's just so bored.
Yeah.
Like a good like English butler should be.
Yeah.
Yes, just bored as hell.
How do you feel about Kevin Conroy as Batman? Because most people, this is their voice of Batman.
I like him.
Because like a lot of the other direct-to-DVD Batman movies, or even just like the Justice League ones, some of them use Kevin Conroy, and some of them don't.
Like, during his career, some of them don't. Like, one movie doesn't have him, then after that, another movie will.
Yeah.
Which director is like, you know what?
Well,
I don't want to use Conroy.
It's Andrea. I just said her name earlier, and she's super famous within like the geek community. Andrea Moreno. I can't believe I forgot. But
this is another like real quick, like a classic like movie technique. You know, like the spinning camera from above.
Yeah,
It's not really necessary in a cartoon like that unless you're trying to mimic a real movie, which
a
lot of this does. But they don't really do that anymore. Like, cartoon is its own thing. They don't really mimic, real movie shots. You know, like here.
Look at her black eyes.
Yeah, the blue ring on her hair is supposed to be like light from above.
Yeah, yeah. But I've always described this show as Batman the show that just so happens to be animated.
Huh.
You know, because there was another show in the mid-2000s called The Batman, which most people don't like because it's too cartoony, too cheesy.
Yeah, I think I tried to watch an episode of that once.
I actually really like it. Like, some people say, like, sometimes it tries to be like this, like a serious, like, show, but most of the time it's just kind of a cartoon show. Mm-hmm. You know, but that's a cartoon show. This is a show that, well, this is the movie, obviously, but the show is just so happens to be animated. You know, but it was really just a Batman show told through animation.
Right. Isn't that
what I'm saying, like, what you're saying with, like, they're emulating, like, movies, because even the show was more of, like, a live-action show that just so happened to be animated.
Yeah.
So, taking the next step into, you know, released in movies, or in theaters, they're probably going to try even harder to emulate.
One step further.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like what I was saying, the casting director, like sometimes you don't want to choose the same voices all the time for every different movie that has Batman in it. You want to get different people to do it, try different things. And because the animation would always change each movie, the design of Batman would change a little bit. So they go for different voices sometimes. Like Batman Year One, the animated movie, that's a completely different actor. That's the guy that plays Jim Gordon on the Gotham show right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This scene that just happened with him at the party, then he kind of wanders off into the other room. That's almost like shot for shot the same as the first Batman with Keaton in it. Like that same thing happens.
Yeah, kind of.
He walks in the other room, and because he's at the party, and
yeah.
I don't know. It just reminded me a lot of that movie, which I watched recently as well.
Right. And then,
in fact, the two movies are very the same in a lot of ways.
This is a flashback to him.
Yeah, flashback.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks a little younger. His hair is just a little shorter. Yeah, what's your name? Something Beaumont?
Yeah. Such a rich name.
Yeah.
Beaumont.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, his last name is Wayne. That's the first name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very unassuming, I guess.
Yeah.
Unassuming rich name, unlike Beaumont.
Yeah, Beaumont just...
it's too close to Beauregard.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think like Southern rich...
Yeah, Mr. Beauregard.
And throughout this movie, they go from like the present to flashbacks, right?
Yeah, pretty often.
Yeah.
Mostly when he's thinking about this chick.
Yeah. And that's something you'd see a lot of, like in the show Lost. Really brought that to the forefront in television and movie making. And, like after Lost came out, like everything was doing like the whole flashback thing. But this is 11 years before Lost. I love how in this show, like all the cars are like 40s, 30s types of cars.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like that doesn't make like a whole lot of sense.
No, because they have like computers and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this, like it doesn't know what time period it wants to be in. Like, is this the 50s? Is this the Shadow, or is it?
Well, I think that was like the style they were going for. They wanted that like noir type feel and look, but because it's in the 90s, like computers, like that was like just a tool for some story. Like in the Sub-Zero movie, which we'll get to next time. They've looked up people who have that type of blood type on the computer. So they use modern things as like a tool to tell the story and move the story along, but it's supposed to be like set in the like 30s, 40s, where they have like Tommy guns and stuff. Yeah, this is cool. Like in Batman Begins, like first he's just out like in a ski mask and a little bit of gear.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, in the newer comics, he starts off with like synthetic masks. So he looks like other people when he's fighting like the Red Hood and stuff.
Yeah.
Before he decides to do the Batman thing. Generic thug number 1. Generic thug number 2.
Yeah. Well, wearing like those fisherman like beanies and stuff that they would wear back in the day.
So generic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this movie has a lot of that. Just generic. Like, let's put something on the screen. Like, what's about to happen is like a car scene, like a chase scene. It's just too long.
You think?
If it were live action, it would be one thing because you'd be able to see everything. It's cool, but it's a cartoon. You don't really have the same impact from like a car crash, even.
Right.
And just the chase scene isn't as exciting, like in the original Ghost in the Shell.
There's Bullock as a
just
a cop.
As just a cop. You can tell his fat, angry face is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, this scene's just too long.
You're right. You don't get the whole the adrenaline impact and stuff.
Yeah, like metal on metal and things like that.
But I mean, it's still well done. I mean,
yeah, technically.
Yeah, like live action, that would have been way more adrenaline packed and stuff.
Way cooler.
Yeah, that's true. But
it goes on forever. It's like they just needed to fill space, in the movie.
Yeah, it seems like this could have been just like an episode, but they elongated it.
Yeah.
To be... I mean, we don't have to see his first night as Batman before Batman, We don't have to see any of this. Like, it doesn't really drive... I mean, it might. We haven't finished the movie, but it doesn't really, like, drive the story, him remembering his first night on the job,
Yeah. I mean, the flashback with him and...
The girl, like, that makes sense.
Him and Beaumont was one thing. And Beaumont...
Yeah, but this, it's like, does this...
See, if that were live action, that would have been way cooler. The truck flipping and stuff.
Yeah, just like the truck flipping in The Dark Knight. Like, they have a practical semi flipping over.
Yeah, which was cool to watch, but in a cartoon, it's not...
Yeah.
It doesn't impact you as much.
Yeah. In the anime, like, the direction isn't as dynamic as it could have been. Like, that truck could have came closer to us. Yeah.
But they rushed it.
Yeah, it does
Let's just put it on the screen.
Does seem a little rushed. And just, for being released in theaters... The animation didn't change. Like, this looks just like one of the episodes you'd see on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
the animation isn't any better. Like, the shading isn't a whole lot better. The backgrounds aren't any better. It's just the show on the big screen. It's like a 2-part episode on the big screen or something.
Yeah. What they tried to charge us. What they did charge us for.
Yeah, and it failed miserably. That's why they've never done it again. But I think their mistake was...
Assuming we're that dumb.
No, was making the cartoon show... into the theatrical version. Like, now, if they were to release like an animated movie, there is no cartoon show to base it on, so they could put tons of time and effort into making an animated movie.
They do make animated movies.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like for theater, like so they could spend even more time. So like the ones like later on, like Batman and stuff, like they're like 90 minutes long. They can flesh them out, make things bigger and better. And not base it on the cartoon show that's already happening.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That has designs and voices and stuff already. So that might be a bad thing. Just like with Star Wars, when they released the Clone Wars in theaters, it was really just the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But they made it into a theatrical movie, and the animation wasn't all that great yet. Like, if you watch that show, between seasons 1 and 5, the animation gets so much better.
Does it?
Yeah. But like, with this show, the animation actually got worse. Not worse, but I mean, like, they trimmed it down. You didn't see all the shading. They got, instead of like rounded arms, it was all just like straight lines. It was crisper, and not crisper, but harder edges, easier to animate and stuff. So
they got lazier.
Yeah, pretty much. Cause like the first volume or 2 volumes or whatever it is of the animated show, it looks like this, and it's incredible that this was Saturday morning cartoons.
This reminds me of the animation for that show Gargoyles.
Yeah, Gargoyles was very similar. I just watched Batman Forever, and even in that movie, all the cars, I noticed all the cars in the background were all like 40s type cars.
It's still that same don't make sense.
Yeah.
This is the next strike of the Phantasm. Generic thugs.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if I follow even what's happening here.
Well, there's just mob bosses that the Phantasm's taken out. They don't like try and explain it or anything. They just, here's this cool Phantasm killing generic thug than before or whatever.
Right, because like the last 3 scenes we saw were all flashbacks.
Yeah.
Him talking to the girl, him on his first night as Batman.
Yeah,
well, not even Batman.
Yeah, this is not a flashback.
Yeah, so we've only had like 2 scenes of no flashbacks yet.
Based on the cars and what they're wearing, you'd think it was a flashback from like 50 years before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Because it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And obviously he's a mob boss because he's fatter.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, he's not the one out doing the stuff, so he just gets to sit around and eat spaghetti and stuff and tell them, hey, go take care of this. Go take care of that.
So racist.
What, that he's eating spaghetti?
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat spaghetti. Spaghetti's good. We find out later why the Phantasm is marking these particular mob bosses, but as of right now, has Batman figured it out yet?
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't figure it out until near the end.
Yeah. Yeah, so how did that happen?
Yeah, they don't bother to explain that either.
I've always held this movie in like kind of high regards, like this and Red Hood were like my favorite animated Batmans.
This?
Yeah. I mean, last time I watched it, I thought I really enjoyed it. They throw the Joker in here pretty soon, don't they?
That's the only time, like, when I watched it, I didn't really start enjoying it until the Joker hit the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, alright. Like, I was bored until then.
I think you're right. I think those 3 flashbacks in a row, especially that middle action sequence. I mean, it's nice to have an action sequence.
But yeah, but like I said, it's too long for a cartoon action sequence.
Yeah, and...
Especially for how they did it.
Yeah, and as of right now, it's not really driving the story. It was just a flashback of an action sequence. Like, they could have cut that out and it would have made no difference. As of right now, I mean...
That's how it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't change.
Filmed it was like... just like a grave. It's pretty awesome. Did this guy die right here?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. What a terrible way to go. Statue falling you in a grave.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark for a kid's show. Or movie. It's really dark. Like, everything that's happening is really dark. And I like how Batman keeps getting blamed because it's, you know, a hooded caped figure in the dark. You
Yeah.
can't really tell. And I think that's kind of cool. Like,
nothing really feels that like significant in this movie. It was kind of the same problem. Like, it's just boring, which is the same problem as like the first Batman.
Batman 89?
No, with Keaton.
Yeah, 89.
89.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
It's just like it's just like so boring.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't even know how to explain it.
Is this guy getting poisoned right now, or he just out of breath?
No, he's just old. He saw
Oh, he saw something in the paper.
He read the death of the fat guy.
Yeah, okay.
And he was shocked into a seizure.
Yeah, I love the design of Commissioner Gordon for this show.
Me too.
Like his hair, his beady eyes, his mustache. Like, I just love it. His voice just fits so perfectly. I love it. Like, when I think Commissioner Gordon, that's what I think of.
See that snivelly look that guy just had?
Yeah, that guy is very... Oh, there's Bullock. The Bat hater.
They're trying to trick Batman into showing up.
Yeah.
Like he's so stupid.
Yeah. I noticed during that action sequence of the flashback that the music was really good. I'm really digging the music for this.
Yeah, it's very high orchestra.
Yeah, and it sounds just like the show, you know. So like, I really like it.
Just like the movie, really. 89 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This whole animated series was kind of based on that movie.
Yeah.
The 89 movie. So, I mean, even the opening sequence, or the opening theme to the show, was Danny Elfman.
Oh, yeah?
And then they got, I forget her name. I always forget everybody's name when I'm on the spot, but the woman who does the music for, like, the show, you know, she sounds not just like Danny Elfman, less, not whimsical, but, like, circusy as Danny Elfman. And this is what we get. I mean, I think the music in this is really good.
Look, and she sees Batman and just knows it's Bruce. He's next to the Wayne thing. Bruce?
Yeah. Bruce?
I guessed it so easily.
Sometimes I think you could guess it so easily. You know?
Yeah, that's only because we see it from both sides.
That's true.
This is like your standard, like, super boring conversation. So, you know, it counts in the offshore seas. And
I'm sorry. I was just reminiscing because I wasn't paying attention.
yeah.
It's like that, the whole trope where, like, the love interest is, like, dating the douchey, snivelly guy.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's kind of like the bad guy. He's not like the villain, but he's
one of
definitely,
them.
yeah, he's definitely one of them. So, like, they're, like, old friends, apparently, since she just said, you, me, and Daddy used to come here all the time.
Yeah.
He's just some rich, snivelly douchebag.
No. He was involved with her dad's firm back in the day.
See, I love that shot. Like, it's just a painting of his face with, like, the water running down it is animated. Mm-hmm. It just looks so awesome.
Oh, another flashback.
Yep, here we go again.
It's the world of tomorrow.
Gotham World's Fair is what it said. Yep, Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
I really like that whole like the noir look of everything, like how everything has like a rounded front with like the bars in the front, like these little go-karts that they're on, those metal things in the front, like in the show, like the motorcycles that they ride, they have that, like it's like just like this huge rounded front with like the bars in the front, like I just really like it. I really think style should go back to that.
You know what I just noticed? There's like this World of Tomorrow thing had those like this bronze robots in front, and this whole design of this Gotham, whatever it's called, World of Tomorrow, is very much like the 1930s movie Metropolis.
Oh yeah.
Which is where Superman lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little thing.
I like how he's looking at his car, he's like, that's the Batmobile.
Yeah, right?
That's pretty awesome. I think Captain America got all of this. I mean, they went to the World's Fair in Captain America, and there was Howard Stark was trying to do a hovering car, and he just looked at this car. I don't know, I just kind of thought of that. They probably didn't copy this movie, but...
No, they did. I really don't think they copied this movie.
Yeah, but I really like this whole, like, Tintin type animation. I just really like it. I love the animations in this show. The design of all the cars, like, I really like it. I love that look and style and time period.
Yeah, but the clashing time period, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make
sense. A computer and...
Yeah, like a car phone. Like she's on a car phone right now.
Yeah, on a car phone in a 50s car.
Yeah.
And a mobster with a Tommy gun to himself, like, hey, fella!
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Mobster's in it, hey, fella. You see? See, there's a Weasley dude.
Oh, that's what the dude is a fight. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's like her dad's assistant or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a flashback still.
Yep, still
in a flashback.
I think the only thing that's happening for Bruce here is like he's falling in love, but he just asks like after like, what am I doing? I'm trying to be this Batman character and I'm in love. I can't endanger her and all these things. So there's the conflict happening within Bruce in these flashbacks.
Yeah, it's your classic Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're doing it with Batman.
Yeah. I always hated what Bruce wears in the animated series. It's like a brown and yellow suit, and it just looks really, really terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they can't have him wear black. They need him to look as least like Batman as possible, you know? So they put him in brown and yellow. At least here he's wearing blue and white.
Yeah.
But she's also wearing like the same type of blue.
So was that person.
Yep.
Oh, and him. His tie was the same color blue. This man had a lot of blue ink laying around.
Yeah.
I think the background there is blue.
I think the animators of the show, like when they went to do Batman Beyond, they were like, "Oh, finally, we don't have to draw a suit and tie on everybody." We got so tired of it because everybody's wearing a suit and tie in the show because it's
in the 40s.
Yeah, and back then, like even if you were in construction, you wore a suit and a tie, you know.
While you're working.
Yeah, you just take the jacket off and you're just wearing, slacks and a button-down shirt with suspenders, you know.
That makes no sense. Biker gang, suit and ties.
Oh no, there's a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Got like Roger Klotz. Hey, funny.
Oh my god.
She's like, all right, go join in the gang fight. Wow, that box really bounced a few times. Maybe it's just a nostalgia factor, but I love the animation so much.
I don't know. It's alright.
I just wish it had been beefed up just a little bit more for a theatrical release. Because it looks no different from an episode. Like, that was a cool shot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like here, in this movie, when they have Batman, like, as Bruce Wayne doing something Batman-esque, he's just kind of stoic and in the fight. But in Batman 89, when he, like, stands up to the Joker, like, as Bruce Wayne...
he's like, come on, let's go crazy. You want to get crazy?
Weird outburst. Like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts! It's like, what? Nobody said they wanted to get nuts.
Yeah,
you're the only one that wants to
or whatever.
Yeah. It was just so out of character. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why would he do that?
Well, it's because, he wanted to just, like, distract everything and, make a scene is what he was going for in the movie. He was trying to make a scene.
I don't know. It just seemed all of a sudden.
Oh,
where
yeah.
here, he didn't have some weird outburst.
Yeah.
Like, he'd go up to the biker gang, like, break a plate. You want to get nuts?
Yeah.
Let's get nuts. He just fought him.
It's cool. He just kind of, like, was trying to design the Batman suit. But now he's conflicted. Like, I want to be with her, and I can't keep fighting gangs and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, one or the other. My way or the highway. On line 1, he has multiple lines at home.
And an old-style phone that obviously cannot support multiple lines.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Kevin Conroy?
Yeah.
He looks nothing like Bruce Wayne.
Tell her if she wants to get nuts. We can get nuts.
That's a lot of nuts.
So we're still in a flashback, right? Like, this is still a flashback.
Yeah, this is still... Most of this movie is probably flashback.
The grave is like...
Like, no, you must be Batman.
Nothing is different, you
us.
idiot. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. This scene would have been really good if they filmed, like, his right side of him saying, like, it needs to be different, and, like, they switched to, like, his left side, and, like, his look is just, like, different. You know?
Like the Gollum scene.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
think it'd be really cool because that would actually show, like, his, like, basically split personality of, I want to be Bruce Wayne, but I am Batman. You know,
but it's
like,
not like it's not gonna talk to him. He doesn't actually have a split personality.
I know, but Batman and Bruce Wayne, like, they're so insane. You know, he's not as insane as Moon Knight. Moon Knight is actually split personality insane.
He wasn't originally insane,
right? Well, now he is insane in the comics, but Batman, like, everyone always says, like, oh, Batman's crazy because he's so, like, conflicted and dark and, like, split personality, basically, like. So it would have been cool to see in that scene, like, there's a little bit more of him being torn.
but that would involve, like, originality and
Yeah.
having some interesting scenes in this movie. And that just doesn't happen until the Joker hits.
Yeah, when does the Joker hit? Like,
Eventually, this old guy right here goes to the Joker.
oh, does he? Okay.
And actually, in this movie, you see, like, who the Joker used to be. Like, his identity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this movie.
Which is weird, because you don't ever... I mean, I guess in Batman '89, he knew his identity then, too.
Yeah, there's been multiple things, like the whole Red Hood thing and all that stuff. And
But Batman doesn't know who the Red Hood is.
Well, no, but there's been all kinds of stories about how he was a comedian, and, you know, but he sucked as a stand-up comedian and stuff like that.
Because he only told himself jokes.
Yeah. the suit that the driver's wearing. That old man's look was pretty funny.
It's because his underling just kind of overstepped his boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah, here's with his Batman supercomputer in 1940.
Yep. See, they got the computer in the foreground, so they got to throw, like, something
Old.
super fucking retro. They have the... What are those swords called? Oh, rapier.
Yeah, he had a bunch of rapiers
in the background. Should have someone, like, churning butter.
I've always loved this Batmobile design. The whole, like, long, like, limousine type thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've always just really, really loved it. I remember a friend had the toy. I was like, man, this thing is so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I love just how sleek and, like, flat it is. It's so cool looking.
It was from the design from the Land of Tomorrow, if you remember.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the only car that's not from the 40s.
Yep.
It's from the future that doesn't exist yet. The Metropolis future. From the 30s. Yeah. That's so confusing. From the future in the 30s, you know. Man, this guy.
Construction workers.
All looking pretty snivelly.
Yeah, they all just
See, that's
look like
Beaumont.
lobsters.
father.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Andrea.
flashback.
Okay.
We had 1 minute of
current time.
current time.
Wow, more flashbacks. And she's leaving? Where did she say she was going?
Overseas, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah?
Her dad's going, she's going with.
You're like, oh, but I bought you this pack of cigarettes. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay, there it is. Wow, the top of that box is unnecessarily large.
Because that diamond is freaking huge.
Yeah.
Would you take this $3 million diamond?
Yeah, it is a huge diamond. Look at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is where he decides to not be Batman. Oh. And the bats come out of the ground.
It's his parents.
Yeah, that's his parents speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be Batman. Avenge us.
That was like, you see their shadows, it's like the literal scene of shadowy figures, you know?
Yeah.
If it was truly bad dialogue, it'd say something about shadowy figures too.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's the Joker right there. You can tell it's his nose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's just so unlikely.
Yeah. Everything's tied together.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, this ladder is conveniently here.
Yeah. She returned the ring.
No woman would return that ring.
No.
I don't know why that's so funny. He hit all the highlights of the letter.
Yeah.
He vocalized all the highlights. For who? Alfred? Forget about me.
What if that's all the letter said? Was those 3 short statements? That's all she wrote. Well, here we see the first time he's donning the cape and cowl.
Yep.
It's pretty sweet.
After the woman left him.
Yeah.
So typical. He's pissed. He has to take it out on crime.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet, though. Even Alfred's shocked and scared because he put a mask on.
You're beautiful.
Oh, end of flashback.
Trying to steal that. Here we go.
Ah, the World's Fair.
Yeah.
All run down.
Yeah. This is the lair of Mr. J.
Oh, yeah, the old man.
Uh-huh. See those bronze statues? That's
Yeah.
so Metropolis.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Which was terrible.
Yeah. A lot of those designs were taken from the old Fleischman Superman cartoon show.
Oh.
Yes.
So he probably took the time to get those robots working.
Just to shoot him down?
Just to like play him for 2 seconds and shoot him.
Yeah.
So the only interesting dialogue in the whole movie is from the Joker.
Yeah. Mark Hamill, the Joker, is just so good.
Yeah.
Like, reading Batman comics, when the Joker's in it, this is what, when the Joker's talking in my head, is what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Is this.
It's pretty close for me too, I think.
Who would have thought Mark Hamill would be a great Joker?
I know.
And he's still doing the voice. Like even the video games, you know?
Mm-hmm. So is Conroy doing Batman.
Mm-hmm. That's because the Arkham Asylum video games were written by Paul Dini, who helped create the show and write it. And Paul Dini actually wrote a lot of episodes for the Ewoks cartoon show.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He's so crazy. Like Will Smith and was actually skin on that robot? Like it's fake skin, like at Disneyland.
Yeah, then he puts it in his pocket. Like that's such a random, like weird thing to do. See, stuff's actually starting to happen.
Did you see that ottoman just came out of nowhere for him to put his feet up? It literally just came in from stage right.
What was that movie? I don't know. The Lost Highway is a movie where
things just happen.
No, at the end there's like a fight, and the guy's rolling on the ground, and like a hand like reaches out of nowhere and like hands him a knife. Oh. I didn't ever explain it. How long has this movie been playing?
At least 45 minutes. I checked a little while ago. 39 minutes. 40 minutes.
40 minutes before something happens.
Yeah.
Something interesting. Like the rest of the movie, like the Phantasm like kills a couple people, but that's all like actually kind of boring. He just like slowly walks with the people we don't even know.
Right.
You know, after characters we have no interest in or anything like that. And those are really the only two things that happen other than the flashbacks, which are just Bruce courting a girl, which is kind of boring. And finally, 40 minutes into it, we have an... Even though he was an interesting character in general, he's talking. He has dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, he's saying things.
Yep.
It's not some generic snivelly dinner or some generic love scene at a cliff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a character
this
saying
movie
things
probably
that
would have been better live action.
Yeah, but even then, like the Keaton movie was a live action one.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah.
Nicholson, his scenes were the only good ones. You know what I mean? I mean, even in The Dark Knight, like the scenes with the Joker were the best, but they weren't the only good ones in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
The rest of the movie was good too.
Yep.
That's something that did they try to make the rest of the movie super boring so the scenes with the Joker were just that much better? You know what I mean? Like that's not a very good tactic.
I think they're more driven with story, like with the flashbacks. Like you're learning about the characters. Like it could have been in chronological order. Like we meet young Bruce and her, we see their love develop, then she leaves him, and he finally decides to be Batman because he was kind of just toying with it because he's like, I can either be Batman or in love, and he tried doing both and it didn't really work. So he chose love, then she left, so then he chose Batman.
Yeah.
Like if we would have saw that first, we would have met all these characters first,
and then seen. Yeah, you're right.
You know, so I mean, they told it through flashback, which, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And this, because up until now, so much of it has been in flashback, they might as well have just showed us that first.
I feel like this movie has two bad guys. You know, it's got the Phantasm, then the Joker, which really, if the Phantasm if it had been done right, you didn't need the Joker. You know, you don't need to have two bad guys. I mean, that was all the rage at the time, right?
Right.
Catwoman, Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler.
Yeah, right. That was Two-Face and Riddler right after this.
Right.
So, yeah.
You know what I mean? Having two bad guys, but it only really needed the Phantasm. But I feel like they read the script and they started doing it, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is so boring."
Yeah.
Can we throw the Joker in there, please? To be the real bad guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they even have this bad guy, and then like the Joker is he's even a bad guy to this guy. You know, he's pissing off this guy.
Yeah.
Which is cool, you know? Joker's just so evil that like other bad guys are annoyed with him. Like,
yeah. Yeah, even not the Justice League. What's the evil version of Justice League? Legion of Doom?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Like even they don't invite Joker because he's too crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Look, the Joker just tried to kill the Phantasm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he killed the dude that hired him to kill the Phantasm. He's like, Joker's like, yeah, I'll kill the Phantasm, and you along with him.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. That's that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Finally. Yep. He killed the dude that hired him.
Yeah. Like, here's a briefcase of money to save me from the Phantasm.
He just kills people? Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. The Phantasm is running really fast on these building tops.
Yeah, especially with those heavy fog machine boots.
Yeah.
Which don't look... They just look like leather boots.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Leather boots? They look like Robin Hood boots.
Right.
Which is much more retro than most of the other show gets.
Just leaves his Batwing. I guess he knows they can't break into it.
Yeah. Which is something that also happens in Batman 89. He leaves the Batmobile and they try and break into it. And because he walks away, he's like, shields.
No, that's Returns, isn't it?
No, this is in the first one too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's another one of those scenes.
Yeah, it would have been much better live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they kind of have to... This is a little more necessary than the earlier
right.
one.
Yep.
That's a cool way to escape off the
the
building.
Yep.
Just jump backwards, yeah.
Look at this police van.
Yeah. It looks like from Batman Beyond? The one in the future with the kid?
Beyond.
Yeah, that looks like a van from that show.
Yeah.
A futuristic van in the 40s / 90s.
This reminds me of Batman Year One, where he's in like the basement of that construction building.
Mm.
And the cops are all shooting at him.
Well, that would remind you of this more because this is first.
Well, I'm not sure when the book Year One was written.
Oh.
It might have been before this.
Before 1983?
Yeah, it might have been the 80s. It was Frank Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Batman's all fucked up, bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
Did the Phantasm help him here?
No. Yeah, but you don't know it's a Phantasm at that point. I mean, if this was the first time you're watching the movie, you wouldn't realize it was the Phantasm that was saving him.
Right.
Major spoiler, by the way.
That was cool, seeing the silhouette of just like a bat symbol.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool tactic right there.
Yeah, but then you leave your face exposed. I mean...
Yeah, but it's nighttime, you know?
I guess.
The cape would help you escape some situations. Oh, it's just Andrea. It's not Phantasm that helps him escape.
Right.
Well, yeah, like you say, you would know that she
But
is.
it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, again,
because the unlikelihood of her pulling up to the alley that he's running down while the police are everywhere and her car is just allowed to go free is like 0.
Yeah.
But she knew where he was because she was the Phantasm.
Yeah.
But still, you know what I mean? Like the fact that she went and changed, got in her car, and drove right there. She didn't know he was going to pull up right there, or that he was going to run through that alley.
Well,
even if he did, I don't know.
It's movie logic. Things just happen.
Things just happen.
Oh no!
See the joke in the background?
Yeah, another flashback.
Yeah. Well, this is the same night.
Right.
When he dropped her off after he gave her the ring.
Yep. You're a liar.
See, that's that old guy.
Oh, that's the old guy? Okay.
Yeah. Even though, like, I don't know
He's
how
the
long
fat
ago this
guy.
was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, the chronology, or the... for him to go from this to, like, 80 with a breathing machine, but, like, no one else to age whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or Batman, I guess, ages a few years, but, like, look, he's, like, 30?
Yeah.
It's not...
He's not as fat in this scene as he was before he got crushed by the tombstone.
Yeah, but he wouldn't age.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean...
You know what I mean? Like, it hasn't been 50 years.
Yeah.
Or 40 years.
Maybe he's supposed to be like 55 or something. And
Right here?
yeah.
I don't know. Still a little.
Yeah.
You know, the Joker doesn't. It's like, I lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salvalestra. That is the old dude. Same guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Now he's on a well, now he's dead. The Joker killed him.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Yep.
That's the only like realistic thing in the movie is that they keep to the Joker's being like a stone cold killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's so crazy. He just kills
Yeah.
the person who hires him.
Like, why would she tell him this now?
Yeah.
She's coming clean about like what happened 50 years ago, or however long.
No, it's probably
15?
no.
10?
I would say like 5 or 10.
5 or
tops.
10. And that guy got so old he needed
Yeah.
a breather.
Yep.
Breathing machine.
Yeah, because it couldn't be that long. You know, 10 years tops probably. I mean, now she totally knows that he's Batman. She just saved him.
Because she guessed from that
Yeah.
one night.
Yep. He's just like totally okay with it. She lifts his leg. Cartoon sex scene. Nope.
It's implied.
Yeah. Is it me or does he always have like a towel around his neck?
I don't know. Maybe he's a sweaty dude.
Yeah. She's wearing his shirt.
Yeah.
Or out on the streets as Batman. You know, wherever.
Still not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like after 10 years or whatever, my mind would be a little more made up. Like if you've been Batman that long,
Yeah, you're
there's
just
something
gonna
like
throw
that,
it away.
like a one night stand with your old love, really gonna.
Oh, yep, there's the Joker.
Yeah. At this point, hasn't he fought the Joker before?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. Because right now he's like, oh no.
Because he drew like one
Yeah.
red line.
It's like he realizes before he's like, whatever, it's Master of the Phantasm, and he realizes the Joker's involved. He was like, oh shit,
Yep.
shit just got real.
This would be like Nicholson confronting
Yeah, the
What's his name?
Yeah, from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Joker's got one of those flat hats.
Yeah. So we haven't had an interesting scene since the last time we saw the Joker.
Yeah.
Actually, since the last time we saw the Phantasm, really, or
well, right after
the
we saw
dead guy, where they showed.
Yeah, Phantasm was about to kill him, but the Joker already did.
Yeah, which he wasn't in, but it's because of him. Like that was an
Yeah.
interesting scene too, just because it's something the Joker did.
Yeah.
Oh, that hand thing.
Yeah.
That's something you don't really see the Joker have anymore.
Yeah, well, because a lot of times now he's not really a Joker. He's just a psychopath that looks like a clown.
Yeah, that's true. It's not. Yeah. Even though that was such like a classic scene from the first one in '89, where Jack Nicholson like electrifies the guy with his hand thing.
Yeah. He's laughing and like kind of singing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it's not Batman trying to kill all the mobsters that were involved in whatever.
Yeah, he knows now.
Well, he knew because...
He had the video.
Yeah, he videotaped it wasn't Batman, it was Phantasm.
The Joker really that big? He looks massive next to that guy.
Yeah, he does.
So the Joker must think that it's her dad as the Phantasm too.
Yeah.
No one thinks it's Andrea.
Yeah, it's got to be the father.
Yeah.
Did he just stab the guy or just...
No. I don't think he kills him. No, he gives him the serum or whatever. The
laughing gas?
Yeah.
Gas?
Whatever it is.
Yeah. So it looked like in that shadow, like he put a knife in the table, it looked like he kind of stabbed him.
Maybe it was a syringe.
Yeah, maybe.
You can see.
Oh, yeah. This is where the movie gets diverse. You got a black guy and an Asian woman.
Gotta throw him in there somewhere.
Yeah. Everybody else has been a white character so far.
It's because it's the 40s.
Yeah.
When everyone was white. Yeah.
There's the bat.
How would he know to come here?
Yeah.
You know, he hadn't really screwed with this guy the rest of the time.
He just knows the Joker met with him.
Yeah, if you knew that, like, how did he know that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than the hysterical laughter.
Yeah.
You know, but he said it right off the bat. And like, this is probably intentional, but like as Batman investigates what's going on now, he's kind of investigating his own past.
Yeah.
You know, with Andrea Beaumont.
Yep.
Like that one night, like why did this happen? It's almost like, you know, why did Andrea leave me?
Yeah.
You know, kind of the same thing. Just investigate, you know, his own misfortune. It's got to be frustrating dealing with that.
Yeah. So that's paying a visit to Beaumont now?
Yeah, I think so. See, now that the Joker got involved, things are much more interesting.
Yeah, things are moving along.
I think the mask of the Phantasm, like the character of the Phantasm, is just a boring character. So yeah, it's a boring character.
Yeah.
You know, he says like one line, I'm...
Yeah, like
I am
Salvatore
here
is time to meet your doom or whatever.
Yeah. and doesn't do anything. Whereas the Joker says line after line after line after line, and he's always talking, saying weird things, doing weird things. They're just such opposites almost. The Phantasm and the Joker. They're both bad guys technically. One's even a woman, one's a man. You know.
Yeah.
So that I mean, like the Phantasm would never laugh hysterically after doing something that's like incredibly insane.
Well, of course, he's not the Joker.
Right.
But I think you're right. Like they could have made a cool Master of the Phantasm movie without the Joker, if they would have made the Phantasm story better. Have the Phantasm in it more. We've only seen him like twice.
Yeah. Well, like in Batman '89, you don't even see Batman for like half an hour.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary because you got Jack Nicholson on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you only had Andrea Beaumont on the screen,
yeah,
you know, that'd be super boring. Look, there's the Joker.
Yep.
Still doing crazy shit.
He's the one that killed her dad.
Yeah. So, like, really, he killed half of them and she killed the other half. Because she killed the guy in the parking lot and then the fat guy, and the Joker killed the old guy and her dad. Mm-hmm. And there were only 4 people in the picture.
I thought there were 5.
I think there were 4, weren't there? Only 4.
I don't remember.
So they each killed half.
Yeah.
So really, she only killed 2 people.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's enough. I mean, killing 1 person.
Yeah.
But as far as the bad guy goes, then she's got to kill the Joker. He's like the 5th person.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like bad guy
that's
versus
a cool
bad
line.
guy.
Like, your angel of death awaits. Like, you know. That was a cool line. But like, yeah, the Phantasm could have been far more developed.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots smoke out of her hands.
So whole suit's a fog machine.
Yeah. Toots. He's just straight up beating on a woman. Ooh, below the belt. He programmed that.
Yeah. Well, that he grabs the egg beater.
Yeah.
Comes at her with it even.
When there's a butcher knife right next to the egg beater. And then he grabs the thing as like salami. Instead of the butcher knife. He's just that crazy.
And then jumps out of a window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of wish they would have made the Phantasm a bigger part of the movie, driving the story along, like being the bad guy. Like, because you're right, this last half of the movie, it's been the Joker.
Yeah.
And I love the Joker, you know. Kind of like in Under the Red Hood. Like, first it was, you know, the Red Hood doing everything, and then, you know, getting involved in Black Mask's operation. Mm-hmm. The Black Mask goes to the Joker, and all of a sudden the Joker is a big part of the movie, you know?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially since it ties into everything that...
With the Red Hood and all
that.
that.
Yeah, but... So that made more sense than this. This is just the Joker's in it because the Joker's cool.
Hey, whatever works.
I mean, at least they made him like a part of the whole backstory. Like, he was one of the mobsters involved.
Yeah, otherwise it'd just be too random without him being part of it. Especially because now, like, she wouldn't have any reason to fight the Joker if he wasn't part of it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess there is reason for the Joker to be in this movie, but they didn't have to do that. They could have just made a cool Phantasm story.
Yeah, but they chose not to do that, so they made a very boring Phantasm story. So they had to put the Joker in it.
Yeah. Like that motorcycle. I love the design with the front wheel. I love that.
But that's totally still stealing from the World of Tomorrow thing.
Well, yeah, so what?
Like his Batmobile, his bike, he all stole it from a theme park.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, like, all the designs of cars and stuff have that type of look.
Nah, not that type. I mean, that's specifically the little pod, the little like roller coaster cart that they were in.
Yeah, I had that design. Yeah. A lot of the cars and stuff in this world do. I like the design of the world. The 40s like design of everything. I really like it.
Coming from Batman.
Yeah. What happened to the Joker?
He's hiding.
So it's just
Yep.
theatrically leave. She could have just turned around and walked away.
Nope. See, now you come back here. This is where I stole all my ideas from.
Yeah. The Joker had plenty of time to just get away.
Yeah, that's not what he's all about, though.
Yeah. Huh, WB.
Yeah. This is like in that Court of Owls, or when he's in the underground, isn't that little tiny city?
Oh, yeah.
It's cool. Looks way cooler in the comic, but...
Oh, yeah. This is still pretty sweet.
Right, because he even felt that.
Yep. Damn, that's got a tooth. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Godzilla movie.
Yeah. Like, how he does all these little things is beyond me.
Yeah.
Is he an engineer? You know what I mean? No, right? He's just a thug. He's not brilliant.
Yeah, he's just insane.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just looks insane. Love how his tooth is still missing.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't care.
I'll just punch these giant blades.
Like King Kong. Like, brrr.
Yep. It'd be hilarious if he scaled that building and
Yeah.
started swatting at him.
I was thinking the same thing. Alright. How did he do that? You see that? He, like...
Took his cape off, gathered him into the cape, and smashed him.
Yeah, but can his cape just come off that easily? I feel like...
Yeah, because earlier he put his cape on, then his mask, but then when he was running from the cops, he took both of them off and put them on that,
It's gotta be
whatever
some
that
kind
was
of
called.
Velcro situation we're not understanding. Because it looks like one piece.
Yeah. It'd make more sense if it was one piece. Old scuba diver.
And he's the only working jetpack in existence.
Yep. The Rocketeer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's still got the missing tooth. That's
Yeah.
cool. It's like now everything that's happening is just happening.
Yeah. See how slow that jetpack is moving?
Yeah.
But now it's moving fast with extra weight.
Yep.
This is another way, like, it's drawn out much longer than it needs to be.
Yep.
Like, this fight with Joker's been going on and on. It started with Andrea and the Joker, with the Phantasm and the Joker. And now it's Batman and the Joker.
Yeah.
Eventually it's probably going to be like Batman and the Phantasm.
Yeah, Phantasm didn't really play a big role in the Mask of the Phantasm movie.
Nope. God, this scene is so long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there she is.
where's the dramatic entrance?
Yeah.
I give up. I surrendered already. Tell it, Batman. Andrea, you've got to get out of here.
How did he know that?
The Joker told him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He said, like, the tunnels under, like, for 20 miles is rigged with explosives.
Hmm.
Where he got that much explosives and, like, the time to do that.
I know. A lot of times, like, villain plots, it's like, how much time did you spend, you know,
Yeah.
thinking all this stuff and actually, like,
Lugging
Getting-
those
yeah.
fucking...
getting it all
The
ready
barrels.
to be executed. Like, the music, like, how epic that music is.
Yeah. It's cool with the fire and him laughing.
Yeah.
Up. Yeah, because that's possible.
Yeah. So Batman used these same tricks with smoke and mirrors. You should know.
Like, how would she escape?
Yeah.
Of course, the tunnels are lined with explosives for 20 miles, except for right under where Batman's standing.
Hmm.
That's got water.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet looking with all the explosions.
Yeah, but where did Andrea and the Joker go?
Yeah. How did they get out? How did she lug him out of there?
Yeah.
Does she kill him? I mean, obviously not. That's a massive cave.
Yeah. How would Alfred know that?
I don't know.
Making assumptions there, Al.
Is that the ring? What is that sparkling in the background?
I don't know.
Oh, the locket.
He lost his love again.
Yeah.
He's gonna Batman so hard all over the city. Just like before.
Yep.
Of course, Andrea's still alive. Disappears again for no reason.
Look at this snivelly guy.
Yeah. Hey, baby.
She's wearing like a veil.
Yeah.
Of course she wants to be alone. You wear a veil, you want to be left alone.
She totally didn't need to, like, be alone. She could have stayed in the city with Bruce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no reason. The mob's not after her anymore.
Yep. That looks wicked right there.
Yeah. Doesn't explain what happened to the Joker.
Yeah, like maybe that's why she went to exile like herself. She didn't want to be a Bruce because like he's like, you gotta let him go. Vengeance is in the way, and she did take vengeance on him.
So she can be like, yeah, that was my bad.
So she felt guilty. Like I can't be with somebody who doesn't understand why I had to do what I did.
Someone's gonna judge me.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. They never explain what happened to Joker. Like, is the Joker dead? Did she kill him? What?
No. He's still in the show after this, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, this could be taken like, you know,
It's not
out of
canon.
context. Yeah, not canon. Like we have no idea. Because I'm not sure if they ever mentioned Phantasm in the show after this.
Abe Vigoda was Sal. Looks like Abe Vigoda.
Dick Miller. Bob Hastings. Commissioner Gordon.
Who's Bob Hastings?
Commissioner Gordon.
Well, stupid.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, yeah, it's fairly boring, but it was, you know, character development and story over action. Even though
It wasn't over action though, because they had those long, boring ass action scenes.
yeah, the action wasn't all that great, but I mean,
It was just a movie of its time, which all movies
Yeah.
around the time were boring. They made a movie.
Early 90s.
They made a Batman movie with Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Boring.
Yeah. Well,
How'd they even do that?
well, that was 4 years before this. Because
You know what I mean? Like, all movies around this time are boring. And there's just nothing, like, I don't know. The only saving grace of the movie was the Joker. Literally, everything else is just forgettable.
Yeah.
Especially Andrea Beaumont.
Yeah.
Especially the Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah,
Phantasm.
you're right. Yeah, the Phantasm as a character, was hardly in it.
Yeah.
Just a few times he'd show up and then disappear right after.
Say something like, that was supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
The Angel of Death awaits, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
She says.
Yeah. But I mean, the same year that this movie came out, Army of Darkness came out.
Really?
Yeah, 1993.
How many Darkness is...
And guess what else came out that year? Jurassic Park.
Okay, but I mean, this isn't Sam Raimi or
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, and its cartoon was like probably a quarter of the budget of Jurassic Park anyway.
Way less than a quarter.
Yeah. A fraction of the budget.
Still, though, I mean, you don't need... Look at Saw 1, or Blair Witch. You don't need a high budget to have interesting things happen.
No, I'm just saying, like, not all the movies at the time were boring. I mean,
Yeah, well, they were starting to get better.
Jurassic Park does have its scenes where they're just sitting there talking.
Yeah, but even then it can be interesting.
Yeah.
The Joker just talks sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
He sits there and talks and says interesting shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it didn't even really out and say it, the fact that he killed...
I thought it was performed by Tia Carrera. That's kind of weird.
From...
Wayne's World?
Yeah. I was going to say True Lies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. She performed... That was the only song that I saw that was like a written song.
Can't be the same person. Think so?
I don't know. I mean, we can try looking it up. I think overall...
I mean, probably the reason the movie didn't do that well is because the first day it came out, everyone was like, oh, it's boring, and then no one saw it.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. It was like nobody wanted to pay to see a cartoon movie
That was boring.
that they could just watch it on TV. And yeah, probably... word of mouth spread like, yeah, it was pretty boring. Don't go see it. But
I mean, can you picture, like, Roger Ebert watching this movie and, like...
liking it?
Giving it 2 thumbs up? I can't.
Yeah, probably not.
Because that's how... What was it? Who were the 2 people? Ebert and something. Not Ebert and Roper. That was later.
Yeah, it's
Siskel and Ebert.
Siskel and Ebert. Yeah.
Yeah. They would watch all the movies, and people would look to them more so back then because, the internet wasn't as prevalent with IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and all that. For people to look up to see if the movie was good or not, they just looked to Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah.
And if they watched this and was like, nah,
Yeah.
nobody would see it.
That's true.
Although I wonder what they gave Batman a 9.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they were just used to more boring movies back then.
Yeah.
Why is it so pixely? This menu screen.
It's not.
This is super pixely. That Batman
that
symbol.
Yeah, the Batman symbol is. Yeah. I don't know. Because I had this hooked up like through the computer, so I think it loses some of its resolution. I have no idea. I'm not.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, that was our commentary podcast on Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, the first in a long line of Batman cartoon movies.
Progressively improving Batman movies.
Yeah, I do like Sub-Zero a lot, only because I like Robin. I love Dick Grayson.
I guess I haven't really seen them all, but I mean, considering this one, probably of what I've seen, my least favorite.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Even now I didn't hate it. It was
what's
fairly
worse than
boring.
that? Like, of the other cartoon movies, what's
Batman and Son? I don't like as much.
You don't?
No.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it had more stupid things in it that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But just the action was much better, much more interesting to watch the action in that movie.
Yeah.
Which goes to show that it doesn't have to be boring just because it's a cartoon. Action sequences can be interesting and not drawn out.
That's true.
Because they are very interesting in Batman and Son.
Yeah.
In fact, that was one of the highlights. Was
The action.
the fight scenes were really good in that movie.
Yeah. The action in this, I can see what they were
It's just
going for, but
dumb. I mean,
yeah.
in a fight scene with Batman, he'll he dodges a punch and pushes over a table, and that's like the extent of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I still enjoy this movie. I would sit down and watch it again. I think it would be better to just sit down and watch it intently and not critique it as it's happening.
No, it's not. I did that like last week. It's not any better, believe me. It's actually worse.
I don't know.
'Cause it's more boring. It's more interesting to sit here and talk about it while the boring thing is going on and just staring at it like, ah. That's what you do the first half of the movie. If you're just watching it, you're just staring at it, bored.
Bored out of your mind.
You know, this was not as boring because I got to talk during it.
Right. Now, I don't know, because, like, I like movies. I mean, maybe because I haven't watched it in a while, so maybe if I did just sit down and, like, watch it, I would be like, oh my god, it's so boring. But,
You'd be waiting for the Joker.
yeah, but, I mean, I like movies like The Ninth Gate, where, like, nothing happens the whole movie. He sits down and compares books.
Yeah, but still.
You know, like, so I could probably sit down and just watch this movie and take it for what it is, you know, with the flashback of them telling this, the story that they're telling, and I could probably enjoy it, but you're right, I would probably be pretty bored. You know?
It's the boring movie.
Yeah.
It's a boring movie.
Yeah, anyway, tune in next time when we do Batman Sub-Zero, which is the next animated movie in the same universe, same animators and writers, you know, the Bruce Timm, Paul Dini universe, you know?
Yeah.
So that'll be the next one we do. And until then, we are your hosts, Movie Master Mike,
And Geek Master J.
reminding you to speak your geek
And Balance Your Geek.
with Equilibrium.